The other aspect of it is as we go through different identities, different versions of who we are, and we do this, every millisecond here. We change, we transform, we morph into a new identity. But since most people have pains, trauma, distortions, their parents had the same thing, those moments of time never closed up. Yeah, so I'll say that again. Those moments of time never closed up. Okay. So you're still living, say, for example, something happened to you. Okay, I'll just use a simple example. Something happened to you back when you were 5. Okay. What you do is your light shines on that moment of time where you were 5. It didn't close up. So your light is scattered. And this is where people go, Moss, you know what? I feel all over the place. I don't know who I am. You lose track of time even, and so on and so on. I'm not centered. I don't feel complete. Well, of course not, because your whole light should be shining specifically on the moment that you are creating yourself, the now moment, as Eckhart Tolle puts it, right? The now. But what most people do is like, gosh, you know what? This happened to me. You fell in love. You made your first million. You made whatever. Your identity, again, good or bad, it doesn't matter. Your identity is based on, hey, gosh, I made my first million at that time. It was an iconic time moment for you. And then you froze in that time. And then no matter how old you are, you're still referencing that. That makes sense to you. People who have titles after their names, they reference the time where they got the title, the doctor, the lawyer, whatever it is, they always emphasize, if you've ever noticed, especially as they age, if you've ever noticed those individuals with letters behind their name, as they age, they emphasize the letters behind their name. That makes sense to you? Because they're living from the past. There's nothing wrong with that, but the purpose they do that, it's always the purpose of why you're doing things. Okay. That's another thing that I want to talk to you guys about, the purpose. But in this case, what XI does is like, okay, well, let's learn from that moment of age 5. Right? Because when something happened to you, say at 5, every moment beyond that, if that is still living, no matter how old you get, even when you die, you take it with you, you're still remembering self from that moment, right? Every moment becomes a filter. So that's a hell of a lot of filters that you're carrying if you're creating yourself every millisecond as a new version of yourself. Make sense for you? That's a hell of a lot, right? So what XI does is literally, okay, I learned whatever I'm supposed to learn. It doesn't matter, good or bad. I learned from that moment, close it up, and then move to the next. Learn from that moment, close it up, move to the next. That's why this is why many of you are feeling more centered, more grounded, despite the fact that your environment might be fucked up more than ever, just because things are falling apart because they have to, because that was your old self. Do you notice that you're more centered? Do you notice that you're more complete? Do you notice that you're separated from all the distortions of the past, even the diseases that you have? Again, do you notice all that? So start to notice on that, because then you start to see, it's like, gosh, you know what? That was just an older version of me. The new version I can create new. You don't have to recreate from the past, right?